Welcome to Doug Does Stuff. I'm Doug, and well, today we're talking about my Anycubic Kobra S1 and what's been going on. So for the past week or so, I've been able to print coasters, but the problem is the coasters come out good sometimes and bad other times. Here's a bunch of different examples, and if you look closely, you can see that sometimes you have nice crisp lines between the black and the white. Sometimes they are blended in foggy. Over here, a crisp between the white and the orange, and then blurred over here. We have some other issues as we look around. So, like I said, I have been printing. I just finished another print here of two more coasters. Take those off of there, see how they look. All right, oh, that one looks pretty good. And then this one also looks good. So we had two positive ones. But here's the problem. If I go to print 4, it doesn't work. Well, Anycubic sent me a new strain gauge as well as a new printer head circuit board. So what we're going to do today is we're going to get that off of there onto a table I got to set up. And we're going to replace the strain gauge and see if it fixes our first layer problems. Stay tuned, hit the like, hit the subscribe, leave a comment, and let's see how this goes. Fingers crossed. All right, so we got the Cobra off of the table over there, and just take a look at all this poop from printing all those coasters. That's a lot of poop, but that's not what this is about. We're talking about this. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take off the Ace Pro, and we're gonna probably just lower the bed so we have better access to our hot end in order to change the strain gauge as well as that circuit board. So let me get this set up, get this taken apart, and I'll bring you back when we start taking that apart. All right, we're gonna go with this angle. This might be a little bit difficult, but we're gonna go for it. So we undid the back screws, we're gonna take off the cover, take off the cooler, take off the back cover, and that is going to expose for us what we need to get at. So what we need to get at is down here behind this. So we're going to go ahead and take out the hot end. Make sure you lower your bed so that you can get it out. Take out the hot end. There we go. Hot end out. Put that off to the side. We're going to need to take out this heater block. How can I show you guys this? I wonder if I put this on its back, if that will help. So first things first, let's get off of the back here the holder, the rear spool holder. All right, so that's off. I don't think I want to leave the filament hub on here either. So let's take that off of there so that we don't go ahead and damage that. Take that out. Whoop, don't go anywhere, screw. I also saw some pretty cool filament hub. Yeah, see, this is going to be a problem. So if you have one of these, you know that this, you got to push it in and then pull out. So push in with the PTF tube, push down that black thing, hold it, and then you can pull it out. All right, put that off to the side as well. All right, so now we should be able to lay this on its back. Something's beeping at me, that's my ender. And what I'm gonna do is put this on its back and let's see, can you guys see that? No. Let's turn it around. Can you see that? Wow. No. All right, so we're gonna do it this way. We don't need that. Get that out of our way. You're gonna have to do your best to watch what's going on. I'm gonna put it to the back of the machine to try and help. Anyway, there are 4 screws you have to take out. 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one is behind the strain gauge itself. So take that out. Maybe I didn't have to take that one out. Where are we at here? 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pop this one out of here. Sending stuff flying, trying to work around the camera. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, oh yeah, so once you got that out, you got to come over here and you have to take these 3 off of the strain gauge itself. All right, so 1, 2, 3. And use the magnetic plate to your advantage. Hold all your screws in place. There we go. My microphone, I'm going to move it up here, keeps attaching. Come on. There we go. I'm just going to remember to talk quieter. All right, so our strain gauge is now out, and we're going to have to get the wires out. Now, it's going to be difficult. Let's take apart. There's 2 bolts on top of the strain gauge. You want to take off and put those off to the side, just so I know which ones go where. Alrighty. Take those out of the way. We're not going to use those. Alright, so this is the piece and you're just going to hold on to. That's where your hotting goes. Now you've got to figure out how to get these wires, which on mine, there's the dog, are trapped behind a bunch of other wires. So I think the only way for me to do this is going to be to move stuff around. Are you kidding me? They do not make this easy. All right. So we got off the strain gauge. We got off the hot end holder and cooler block there, heat sink. I'm going to move this forward, and because I am changing the board out, I am going to take you guys around here and show you what the back looks like. Here's the back of this board that we're going to be replacing. This is version 5, it looks like. I think that's the same one I have, but they sent it to me, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to replace it. Just for reference, you can see the coloring of where everything goes. It's also for me, because that's good to know. This is going to be hard to video, so I don't know. Sit tight and watch if you can. All right. I'm dropping my phone. All right, so let's go ahead and take all of these out. Just, there's little like presses or I don't know what you call those things, switch toggles. These in the back here. Don't pull on the wires if possible. Try and pull them out. I'm going to get a small set of pliers just so I can pull not on the wires but on the white like tabs. All right, so that's all of them taken out. Now what's left on here is a mess, to be honest, but here's all the wires coming out. Super duper. This is not what I wanted to be doing to my new machine, but I am, because I have to. Strain gauge. Strain gauge. Come on. All right. We'll take that one out. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, is that my problem? Are you kidding me? Oh, wait, no. What is going on? There's a wire pinched in there. Son of a gun. What is going on here? Is this pinched in there? No, it's not pinched in the extruder, so that wasn't me. That's always a good thing. Oh. Well, Anycubic, we've got a problem here. This wire right in there. Oh, I gotta get you guys, I gotta show you this here. Has this been my problem the whole time? I have no idea. But there's a wire right here, and it is pinched in there. And it looks like it's coming off of, let's get that out of there. So it's not that sensor, which is the cutter sensor. It is not this. It is part of the strain gauge. And that last wire is cut. Wow. Did you see that? Holy cow. Oh man, I am so hopeful. Right? Like, I'm just going to back this out. Yeah, no. That's nothing. That's nothing I ever took apart. Right? Tighten that back up. Yeah, no. Well, Anycubic, if you're watching this, you guys got to make sure you're not snipping wires. Gosh darn it. Let's get the new one in and see what happens. Okay. New strain gauge. Let's get that piece. Oh, we got to do the... Should I do the motherboard while I'm in here? I mean, this is... I keep calling it the motherboard. This is version 4.5. Printhead 4.5. Printhead 4.5. Well, you know what? We're going to change it because we have full access to it right now. It looks like it is a tiny... It's not that tiny. A tiny screw. All right, well, that was 1.2. Let's try 1.3. Nope, let's keep on going. What's after 1.3? 1.5. Do we have a match? We have a match. Wow, I am still in shock and extremely hopeful that that was the root of my problem. And one more down here. Jeez, guys, I'm so sorry you can't see what is going on here. But I am just taking off the print head in the print head board in the back. And it is 3 tiny screws with another wire connected. Oh. Again, just work it out by pulling on the ends. Don't pull on the actual wires. All right, so that's that board coming out. Let's open up the new board. See what happens. All right, here's the old board. Here's the new board. Old board, some differences, and well, that's put on crooked. This has some yellow goop on it. Everything else, in the quick glance, looks similar. 3R3, that is different. That little, whatever that is. I mean, it says it's the same version, but they do look slightly different. This blue dots, green dots. I don't know. Let's put in the new one. Cross our fingers and hope whatever we do fixes it, and whether it be the strain gauge wire not being fully connected, or whether it be this board being the problem. Doug over here at Doug Does Stuff is extremely hopeful that we have a solution to what has been plaguing us for months. Months! All right. We are cooking. All right. New print head board installed. Super duper. Hey, Anycubic, if you're watching, I got beef with you. I do. All right, let's get our new strain gauge. Here is our new strain gauge versus our old strain gauge. Nope. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, over here. Sorry. Match them up. Different wire colors, if that means anything. Otherwise, everything looks pretty similar. All right. So now the next part is running all of our wires back and plugging them in, which should be pretty straightforward. Should be. This is easy. Black one goes into the black. And I'm going to work from the bottom up. All right, so, you know, here's the thing, Anycubic. I think you could take a lesson out of Creality's playbook and do more of this. Get my hand out of the way. Put more of these little things on there to tell you where things go. I ended up going back to my video and just making a quick reference to where things go. So, you know, my 3-wire, which is looking like my yellow, black, and red, that would be this one. This looks to be the cutter, and that's going to go to this black down here at the bottom. This is F1 up here. I believe that's probably the sensor or the fan. And then we'll figure out the rest from there, and I'll get it back together and bring you guys back. Cool. Now that we got all the wires plugged into the back, here's the fun part, and that is fishing them all magically through all of the channels on the extruder that we have. So we're going to do that. I guess we'll do this one next. Yeah, I am still in shock. And I've just been messaging with somebody I've been talking to, and I sent him a picture of it cut, and he's like, "That's not what I think it is." Yeah, that's exactly what you think it is. That is a cut wire. Now, let's just make sure this is going to reach. All right, it is. I just want to make sure I got enough play in there. Come on, get in there. You know, it's just like nothing ever goes back together, and sorry if I'm in your way. Nothing ever goes back together the same way. It just doesn't. Shouldn't have to be doing this. I'm just going to say, son of a gun, put the wrong one in. I was like, why does that feel weird? It's because, Doug, you put in the one with the cut wire. Get that out of there. Get that out of there. I had to take a break. I got called out on a fire call. I'm all discombobulated. There we go. That's the old one. Here's the new one. That's better. Let's get that plugged in. Come on. Plugged in. Run this up, over, through all the channels that it needs to go through. All the little plastic tabs that hold the wires in place. That one, and there we go. Perfect, that's going to go right there. This is the one. This thing's in my way. This is in my way. There's nothing I can do about it. There we go. Last but not least, let's see if we can get this one in there. Excuse my head. All right, well, that's just going to sit there. All right, so we got all that back together. Now we need to put the strain gauge stuff back together. This only goes in one way. If you're watching, and let's just drop that into there. Grab our 2.0. Get that started. Cool, just snug up a little, see if we can get this one. And off to the races we go. On, cool. Now here's going to be the tough part, like I was saying before. You're going to have to put this stuff on and somehow manage not to pinch wires and all that good stuff. So let's, ooh, look at that. It's in. I almost lost that. All right, cool. If you're watching, I swear, I don't know how I keep placing stuff in the wrong spot. You got to push the extruder over just if you have a long one. All right. Get these started. One. Not you. Oh, that went somewhere. Got to find that now. Two. Make sure I'm not catching any wires. There it is. Hopefully things are looking up for us here on Doug Does Stuff, because remember, go backwards until you catch it and then screw it in. Let's make sure these are snugged up pretty good and tight. Snug this one up good and tight. Snug this one up good and tight. All right. Double check our connections on the back on our new printer headboard. Done, done, done. These are, well, we ran them the best we could, Anycubic. I don't know how you got these all stuffed in there and such, but we did our best. All right, now we got to get the cutter back in place. This can be a little bit of a challenge, only because you have to get this in to this little slot right down here, and then you have to sneak in the cutter behind it. See, can't do it that way because then it, gosh darn it. Gosh darn these big hands. All right, try that again. Get that started. Maybe I should have put this in before I connected the wires. Oh, look at that. That might have been a good idea, huh? All right. Make sure that is in there. It is sitting good. All right, now the last piece is just to put these 4 screws back in, put our covers back on, and then we are going to fire this thing up with the hopes that this strain gauge has done something for us. Wouldn't that be phenomenal? I think it would. I think phenomenal would be an understatement. I think if I could start printing, well, I would be, oh my God, I'd be so happy tonight. All right, and the last one, again, making sure we don't clip any wires. The strain gauge wire is in our way. Honestly, I don't know if I had to take that screw out or not. 1. I don't think I had to, but I did. 2. Come on. 3. And where's the fourth one? Right there. 4. All right. That works. We're good, we're good, we're good. Let's get our rear cover on. Make sure that fits in there. It does. Let's get our front cut. Let's get our hot end in. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take apart this hot end really quick while I have it off. And just make sure we got no leakage. Look at that. This is one of those hot ends which you can't see. I'm going to take apart this hot end right here in front of you. It's one of the ones I got off AliExpress. It's actually in really, really decent condition. A little shmoo on there, but nothing can take care of. A little scrape that off. You know what I need to do? I think I need to trim off the rest of that filament that's hiding in there, just so we can get it up into the machine without an issue. I zoom you back out. Whoop, there you go. You know, I'm not a videographer. If there's anybody out there that wants to help Doug does stuff, I'm always listening. All right. With that said, get that there. Get that around there. Come on. I'm going to make sure my silicone and all that is in the right place. All right, it is. All right, let's get our, pick that up. I'm going to go ahead and connect. I'm going to go ahead and try to connect. But I cannot see. Come on, I know you're there. There you are. All right, that's connected.
Can I print because it's all done?
What's up, bud?
That's all done. So
That is all done. You want to print something? What do you want to print? Whoop, the cover came off again because it's not screwed together. All right. That's together. That's together. That's. Hold on, bud. I'm almost done. All right, cool. So we now have, that's going to be important right there. These wires definitely need to go under those clips that are at the top. Just if you're following along here, that's going to be mission critical because without that, that doesn't, there we go. Check it out. All right, so I did a bed level before. It was horrible. We got it back together. We're going to go ahead and plug this bad boy in. We are going to run a new test with fingers crossed and see what happens. I hope this is it because I know there's those of you out there who are like, Doug, you're crazy. The print's great. Well, mine has not. So hopefully broken wire, Anycubic broken wire. Hopefully that's it. Okay, so the new strain gauge is installed and we have run several hours of bed leveling. I've had to reinstall my bed leveling stiffener and it has brought our bed more into level. We started at a 1.4, 1.6 deviation in the back. It was, you know, it was bad. Put in that, turned the screws back there and there, pushed up the bed, and now we're at about a 0.4 deviation. So still not great, but the strain gauge didn't really do anything for us, nor did the new board, printer headboard. And yeah, so that's how you install the new strain gauge. I hope I captured it for you, helped you out if you have to do it. Hopefully you don't. It didn't really help me at all, so my printer's still on level. We're going to put it back over here in the corner, get the Ace Pro back on it, and I don't know, just try to print again through the middle, contact support and say, still no bueno. Maybe I'll do some other prints to show them that this is still not a working printer. And yeah, I am a glutton for punishment if you've made it this far. I have something coming from Prime Day sales on Wednesday that, you know, we'll see if it's any better. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.